The Georgia High School Association and WatchBCSports.com present men's 4A playoff soccer here at Father Albert Bickerstaff Field on the campus of Benedictine Military School. Christian Gokel, glad to have you alongside on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in South Georgia. And like we mentioned, a massive matchup between two excellent historic soccer programs here in the state of Georgia. It should be a wonderful show tonight as St. Pius travels down to Savannah to take on Benedictine. Coming into this one, Benedictine suffered a pretty tough loss, one-sided against Camden County, but they followed that up with a big-time win over South Effingham to wrap up the regular season. And as a 2 seed from a very talented region, actually ended up tied with a very good Perry squad that BC was able to defeat in their final regular season matchup. But due to goals allowed, BC, your 2 seed, and St. Pius, perhaps the best 3 seed anywhere in the state of Georgia. They come into this one off of a 14-4 regular season, and all 4 losses came by 1 goal. One of those losses came in penalty kicks. Only lost 1 game outside of region play this season, and that was a 1-0 loss at Brookwood. And all season long, St. Pius has given up just 9 goals. So very talented squad, very hard to get the ball past the keeper against this team, and Benedictine is going to have a Perry-like performance, a Richmond Hill-like performance if they expect to come out on top in this one and advance next week. Be on Wednesday again to the second round of the playoffs. Big-time stuff coming up tonight. We're going to take some time to say thank you to a few sponsors, and we'll be back with a first half coverage of St. Pius at Benedictine.
Bowtie Barbecue has always been a work of passion. It takes time, skill, and a blend of perfect temperature, wood, smoke, and meats. We just took it up a notch. Taste the passion. Bowtie Barbecue, 6724 Waters Avenue, Savannah.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Vernon Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the Shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook. Coastal Living? Parker Scott Properties with commercial, residential, and rentals. Make the call. 912-661-6142 or go to parkerscottproperties.com. Criminal defense, family law, DUI, and divorce. You need representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted a Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023. Online at jvdattorney.com.
Welcome back into Father Albert Bickerstaff Field here on the campus of Benedictine Military School. Coaches getting together, meeting with the officials. It is a playoff game, so not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 officials on the call this evening for this one. You'll have your center judge, you'll have your 2 side judges, then, of course, a 4th judge on the sideline will be communicating with the scoreboard operator to stop the clock. And, of course, that'll be your very own athletic director, Jack Holland, operating the scoreboard this evening. We are, of course, facing west as this is what will eventually be the home of all cadet sports, but just the away side has been built this evening. So if you're joining us for the first time, we are in the away stands right now. That's why the BC logo in the middle is inverted for you. So facing west this evening, I'm going to do the best to keep the sun out of your eyes. Hopefully in the next 45 minutes or so, it peeks behind those trees there in the back over the baseball field. And shouldn't be too much of a nuisance, but if you do get a little bit of glare, I apologize. Everyone at the stadium is battling it as well. And speaking of everyone at the stadium, a very strong contingent of Cadets fans continuing to filter in. A few of them at the concession stands as we've got about 45 seconds here until we'll get our national anthem. And a good contingent of St. Pius folks have made the trip down as well. As coaches continue discussions with the head official. But big time matchup. Catching up with the coaching staff before the game. The tendency was not so much strategy or how they're going to operate, but it's intensity. Can BC match that same intensity when they won here against Perry and when they won here against Richmond Hill? What they can't afford is to have a start like they did against Camden County, where you just kind of come out flat-footed. You need a fast start against a very, very talented St. Pius squad here, who, again, unbelievable defensively, and then take advantage on the counterattack. The buzzer there. Coaches say a couple of final words before they'll head to their respective benches. Looks like a little bit of a gear check there from the officials as well. Soccer players notoriously bad. I shouldn't say all soccer players. Men's soccer players notoriously bad about their shin guards. We like to wear as little as possible. I know in my playing days it was duct tape wrapped around cardboard. And if there is a home field advantage, I know you wait for it every time we broadcast a game here, it would be the Sand Gnats, as they are out in full force early tonight. Speaking to a few fans before the game, they told me, Christian, don't worry. We're beyond the Sand Gnats. We're past that part of the season. And that was just a bold-faced lie, as they are out in full force. And as the sun goes down, I can only imagine will continue. As we have the coin toss. As more fans continue to make their way into the stadium. Again, it should be a well-officiated game tonight. You'll have a line judge on either side, head official in the middle, and then a fourth judge controlling the substitutes and the clock. For those of you unfamiliar with men's high school soccer, 2 40-minute halves. We'll have a 10-minute halftime there as well. Clock will stop for any kind of dead balls, so goals, injuries, anything like that. But once that 40 minutes is up, there's no extra time. That's it. And we'll have a prayer and a national anthem here.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the match we are about to play. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with respect to the members of the opposing team. Please bless the players, coaches, officials, and spectators. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us tonight. Amen.
Our national anthem. Both teams have a few final words with each other, and we'll get this one going. Wonderful turnout tonight from the fans, and it just continues to get better as we get closer and closer to kickoff. We appreciate you tuning in. The fans from all over the Savannah area, and those of you tuning in from the Atlanta area and beyond, glad to have you with us. I'm fascinated to see how this one starts. BC has played in some games where it just felt like they've dominated possession the entire time, and a win just felt inevitable. They've also played some games where they've kind of let the momentum of the game dictate things, and if you let that happen against a very, very talented St. Pius team, you could be in for an early exit here in the playoffs. It's a beautiful thing about high school soccer. There's no home and home. It is win or go home. BC played that regular season, finishing tied atop the region, and they get to host this home playoff game. St. Pius coming from an unbelievably talented region in the Atlanta area. And again, and for my money, perhaps the best 3 seed across any qualification in Georgia, or classification, excuse me. St. Pius seems ready to play. The official checks with his side judges. They seem ready. And there's the whistle. And we are underway. Again, until that Camden game, BC had been on a 6-game winning streak. And it all started when they flipped kind of their formation. Going with more attackers up top and leaving just 3 in the back for the most part. Relying on possession and those 3 in the back to dominate. But St. Pius is very good at this. As he's able to get around Asher Heron and just speed here early. And that one out for a goal kick. But early you see kind of what kind of style of play St. Pius is going to attack with. Quickly down the wings. Parker Lewis unable to handle that one. It'll be a throw in. As Ben Harvey sends that one out of bounds. St. Pius will restart about 10 yards further downfield. And that one taken away by Mills Hollis again. Nicely done. And Robert Leonard was out on the run, just unable to get it to him. And they're going to play it long. And they're going to say Parker Lane got undercut there. Also known as Showtime, as I was informed just before kickoff. And official is going to put a stop to the play here. as Parker Lane's filling that one a little bit. Medical staff will trot across. Again, this is where not just high school soccer, but playoffs are a little bit different. You have an official in control in the middle, but as well as a fourth official to help with the clock. And they allow the medical staff to get out there and escort Parker Lane away. BC will get a sub. And then they'll restart the clock. It'll be Eli Saunders checking in, and they'll flip Turner Rodenberg to the right side, but sticking with that three-man line. And official restarts the clock. Asher Heron immediately pressured. And that one poked away by Christopher Woods. First chance we've really seen St. Pius get a chance to build from the back, and that's a dangerous pass, but one that gets all the way through. Rodenberg on defense. This feels dangerous from St. Pius. Crosses in, and Big John Britton's there. Cleared away by Woods. And Parker Lewis will give chase along with Robert Leonard. Defended well by Ben Harvey. That's a dangerous through ball. And finished. Ben Weisel got the initial stop, but the rebound put away by St. Pius. And that's devastating early for the Cadets. Again, all season long through 18 games, St. Pius has given up just 9 goals. BC will have to find the 10th. Luckily for them, there are 76 minutes to find that answer. But more urgently than that, the Cadets need to find some sort of aggression. Get very flat-footed right now. Injury to your starting back doesn't help. As that ball hasn't hit the ground in about 9 touches. And St. Pius will go about as far back as you can and restart. Good little combo play. And now that's a great through ball from Heron to Leonard, but the keeper on his horse, able to get out there. Another one that slips all the way through. Referee signals play on. And that one's given away. Chance for BC to counter. And Leonard's in again. And just very strong defense there. And a lovely ball down the sideline But Ben Harvey just gets a foot on it. He's able to find feet down the sideline. And Weisel able to come out and secure that one. But you see kind of the deficiency of having just 3 in the back. Once the wings get past midfield, they're really able to crash in and put significant pressure on this defense. St. Pius playing with 2 center backs. And they're really distributing well. That one kind of the first miss hit of the game. Heron with a flip up. Can't find Lewis. That's a great ball down the sideline. Rodenberg giving chase. And very well done by Turner. And St. Pius will push here. Chance to kind of flood the box after that foul. If you're just joining us, it was a 4th-minute goal from St. Pius that put them up. And St. Pius is going to send this one into the mixer. Headed away nicely by Rodenberg. Now Heron with a chance to possess. It looked like Heron got his feet taken away from him, but they're going to say it is a St. Pius throw. It's a great ball down the sideline. They're able to get a cross in. Head away nicely. Harvey punches that one away. Just no real bite for the Cadets through these first 10 minutes. It's another dangerous ball. Falls to the feet and just slides across the front of goal. Weisel wasn't able to get a hand on it. And it was just begging for a St. Pius attacker, but none were there. Very fortunate for BC. But again, shaky start for the Cadets. And that'll go out of bounds for a corner kick. And the pressure stays on BC. Into the box. Cleared away nicely. But only as far as the center midfielder. Leonard in possession. That one goes out of bounds. It's going to be a BC throw. The Cadets really haven't been able to string together more than 3 or 4 passes. Looks like we have a player reinserting a shin guard. One, two, 3 passes, and St. Pius is in a position to attack now. Just so quickly. Worm burner right to the keeper. This feels like BC is going uphill, and then every time St. Pius has the ball, they're right down the field. Just intense pressure. But Mills able to get past it. Gets tripped up, and St. Pius back in possession. No real form for the Cadets thus far. They'll play long, put the pressure on the back line. Rodenberg clears, but that'll just give St. Pius a chance to readjust their lines. It's a good switch. Dangerous ball. And still not cleared. Finally sent out. Shaky. Desperate defending. Another chance to get the cross across, but defended well. And the Cadets will have a goal kick. It's a dangerous pass. Kept in. And it fitted well again. And Woods right around him. Finds Leonard. BC trying to counter here. Given away at the end. Heron with a steal. Tries to catch the keeper off his line. And that's in! What a goal! BC had done nothing the entire first half. It had been all St. Pius. And then Asher Heron takes it away, catches the keeper off of his line, and buries it in the back of the net. And just the 10th goal given up on the season from St. Pius comes from about 40 yards out. And so for all the haymakers St. Pius has thrown early, this one's even. Britton able to step to that one. And now all of a sudden, BC starting to find some cracks. Mills Hollis in, but ball taken away. Asher Herring these last few weeks, I'd say the last 6 or 7 games, has really come into his own. He took the grass, but maybe a touch too long. And there he is again. Herring's getting his steps in. And he'll find Woods. Plenty of space for Woods here. And he's going to put it into the mixer. Mills is making that run to the back line. Able to keep it in. That's played out of bounds, but number 6 for the Cadets, Asher Herring. Dangerous. You see the hands on the hips there. Just ran about 800 meters in the past 30 seconds. Good turn by Leonard there. And cleared off of Leonard, out of bounds for a goal kick. Keeper will get some assistance from one of his defenders. Looks like a shoelace. Hard to tie your shoes with those giant gloves on. Flicked on nicely. I think they're going to call Christopher Woods for coming over the back. And St. Pius quickly restarts, trying to get BC on their heels. And they have thus far. And that was nicely done by Woods. He kind of hid behind the official until the pass came, but St. Pius able to keep possession. Oh, tries to get one off, but stopped nicely by BC's defense. And a handball called on St. Pius. After a shaky start, BC starting to settle in a bit. Still not the form we're used to seeing them play at, but a lot of that has to do with the quality of the opponent. Oh, played long to Herring. If anything, it kind of let BC breathe a little bit and push, but that's a giveaway. And then right around Ben Harvey. Herring steals it again. Dangerous step. That opens up a lot. Oh, John Brenton pulls it off the line. He was around Parker Lane. And that one seemed destined for the back of the net, but John Brenton there. Oh, it's sneaky from St. Pius. And that one nearly goes in. They had a player touch it, and then the second player came out. Everyone's kind of thinking they're just switching the kick taker, but the second player, because it was touched, takes it off the line, walks it all the way in. It's almost able to get a goal in the back of the net. That's nicely drawn up. Heron in a bit of space. Nice flip on. And given away. Woods gives it away. Right around the defender. You'd hope for a little bit better final pass there after really, really lovely work from the left wing. And Groover, the freshman, struggled in that moment. As we'll see a substitute for the first time for St. Pius. And then they'll throw. Ben Harvey clears it out, but for a corner. Ben Weisel directing traffic. That one's in the mixer. Cleared out nicely. Ben Harvey giving chase. And off the back of Mills, but Cadets can't find it. Wow. But offside's called. That one from about 30 yards out was on frame. And keeper quickly tries to put Asher Heron back into play. But now BC's out of rhythm here. And it's straight down. And Ben Weisel cuts off the angle, but they tried to go quickly, and it almost turned into disaster. Half the team was ready, half the team wasn't. You kind of look down and look at the Cadets right now. A lot of them with hands on hips. They've done a lot of chasing, not a lot of possessing here. On frame, but right to the keep. Heron tries to send Robert Leonard through, but there's three St. Pius defenders there. Brenton up there, but right back to 11, and he's been so dangerous. That left wing's just been deadly. It's been these restarts that have been so hard for the Cadets. Again, they tried to catch the keeper out, but not on frame. Weisel taking his time. And he'll send it up to Leonard. Misjudges it in the air. And Weisel nicely off his line. And time here for the Cadets to carry. And that one played to no one. Again, it's 1, 2, 3, and then give the ball away for the Cadets, struggling to hold on to possession. Groover in possession. Back to Rodenberg. Clears it up. And then again, just domination on the back line for St. Pius thus far. Kind of a doldrum here. Energy on both sides. Kind of lackadaisical. But it's such a hot start from St. Pius. Nicely defended from the Cadets. Leonard gives chase, but again, just too easy for St. Pius. Nicely done there by Parker Lewis. And to Heron, but just a heavy touch. Oh, they're going to call a foul on St. Pius. See, the defender kind of tried to claw his way back in. So now BC is going to take this chance, A, to catch their breath a little bit, but B, put some guys in for a set piece. Lewis quickly in. That's nicely played, but you just needed a couple of Cadets waiting for it. No quick counter here from St. Pius. They're going to take their time, build from the back. Now they'll send it forward. Rodenberg there nicely. And that one's sent towards the baseball field. Be a BC throw and a BC substitution, it looks like. Harvey will come off. There'll be Eli Saunders in. Again, 11, so dangerous. Just right around the defenders. Finds a man right at the place mark. Oh, he puts it anywhere but right down the middle. That's a goal. And BC has to figure out something to shut down this wing. It's at will right now. Saunders gives it away there. Now fighting to get it back. Parker Lewis giving chase. Great ball in, but cleared away by Parker Lane. But again, just a death grip on possession here by St. Pius. Great ball in. And finally, I mean, it just seemed chance after chance after chance was falling by the wayside. And it just felt like a goal was coming. And they bury it. BC just Two lax in the back lines right now, leaving men unmarked. There's a few chances that have gone just across the goal that no one's been there for St. Pius. That time, a ricochet finds the feet of the wrong guy, and he's able to bury it in the back of the net.
Get physical. Come on, guys. Give it tough in. Let's go.
And BC trying to go quickly now. Asher Hand was the hero last time. BC O'Neill trails 2-1. Only twice this season have St. Pius surrendered more than one goal. Through roughly 18 and a half games now, they've given up just 10. BC's today being one of those. And again, have only surrendered 2 twice. It's a tall task for the Cadets. Again, BC just taking time to reset their lines, catch your breath a little bit. Nice step by Mills Hollis there. He tried to have his own from distance. Couldn't quite get it. And they cleared out of bounds. It's these little lightning strike moments for the Cadets, and it's going to have to be one of those if it gets them back into it. Asher Heron going the wrong way and gives up the ball. Big switch, no one there. They're going to call a foul on Mills. Came through the back of the leg.
Hold the 18. 11. Stay tight and shoot. 11. Get him up, man. 11.
Fans from BC side just screaming to mark number 11. And I apologize for any St. Pius fans watching. The roster online not updated, so. But we say number 11 with the most reverence because he's been unbelievable tonight, the captain for St. Pius. From way downtown and just off frame. Oh, they're going to say that one. Weisel got a hand on it, so that's going to be a corner. And that one looked bound for the back of the net. But a nice touch by Weisel there. And that one way up there. But chases Weisel off the line, and he's able to secure it. Thought about going quickly, but thought better of it. Instead, switches it to the left side. And just that quickly, BC gives up possession. Defended nicely there by Christopher Woods. He hasn't had much time on the ball, but he's fighting hard. BC just content to stay on their side of the field right now. And just that quickly, one pass. And that was in. Oh, they're going to say offsides. But, I mean, it's just at will right now. BC with a substitute coming in. I mean, one pass to 11, and it's around the defense and in. Immediate pressure. Oh, cheeky from Parker Lewis. But possession goes back to St. Pius. Again, just no one to give chase. But quickly back in. And Parker Lane just desperately trying anything it takes.
What's 11's name? 11?
Whipple, the name for 11, so I don't have to keep calling him 11 over and over again. And just at will, but finally someone able to step in and take it away. But home run attempt there from about 20 yards out, goes by the wayside. Good step by Brenton. But the official is going to say that's a foul. Fortunately, and it seemed for all the world that ball was inside the box, but fortunately it looks like the official is going to say just outside, so not a penalty kick. But still a dangerous set piece here. That seemed, wherever it was, like a clean tackle from up here. From Brenton. Violent but clean. Looked like he got the ball. But fortunate, I guess, for BC, that's not a penalty kick. You got 3 St. Pius players kind of crowded around the ball. First one will take it right to the wall and then send it through the uprights. So probably not what St. Pius had drawn up there. And fortunate for BC. Now BC just desperate to keep anything out of the goal in the next 30 seconds or so. But that's not going to help. Right to a St. Pius head. Fortunately, they're just practicing their field goals at the moment. This BC fan base is usually pretty raucous, very quiet right now. And it's been that kind of first half, just disappointing from the Cadets. No possession, no real form, and just no real aggression. And that should do it for the first half. So a first half dominated by St. Pius, but if there is a silver lining, the Cadets trail by just 1. It was a 3rd-minute goal to put St. Pius on top early, but about 15 minutes later, it was Parker Heron from about 35 yards out beating the keeper and putting it upper 90. But then just a few moments ago, after just a relentless pressure from St. Pius, they're finally able to put another one in the back of the net. And so now BC has 40 minutes for the rest of their season coming up after this 10-minute halftime. We're going to say thank you to a few sponsors, and we'll be back with the second half coverage after these 10 minutes.
Criminal defense, family law, DUI, and divorce. You need representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted a Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023. Online at jvdattorney.com. Coastal living? Parker Scott Properties. With commercial, residential, and rentals. Make the call. 912-661-6142. Or go to parkerscottproperties.com. BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
The honor, the heritage, the tradition of excellence. The home for Benedictine Cadets football is WatchBCSports.com. All the games, play-by-play, and in-depth analysis. Home of the Danny Britt Show. Be a part of the action as your Benedictine Cadets take the field in their quest for yet another championship. On the official home of the Cadets, WatchBCSports.com. And look for us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchBCSports.
You know, Christian, after a day of the hottest sports in town, sometimes you just gotta unwind.
Yeah, Kevin, and the perfect place to do it, Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings.
That's because Cool Vibes offers delicious pizza, wings, sandwiches, and salads, all with a Jamaican Caribbean island twist.
And the atmosphere is 100% kicked back. No worries, man.
Plus, they're the home of the Oxtail Pizza.
Cool Vibes Pizza, 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah. That's coolvibespizza.com. Cool with a K.
Come on and unwind at Cool Vibes.
Welcome back into Father Albert Bickerstaff Field here on the campus of Benedictine Military School. Christian Gokel, glad to have you alongside as your cadets are down 1 at the half, but 40 minutes to play here against a very, very talented St. Pius squad. But we've seen these cadets come back from larger odds in the past. It's going to take a complete 180, though. The effort just not good enough in the first half if they're going to come away with a victory. If you're just joining us, it was an early third-minute goal from St. Pius that put them up. But then just a few minutes later, Asher Heron from about 35 yards out was able to beat the keeper and find the back of the net. But then just a few minutes before the half, after relentless pressure, the cadets give up a goal, and that's where things stand right now. But again, 40 minutes, and it seemed like the body language over there for the cadets during the half a little bit better, a little bit more aggressive. We'll have to see these first few minutes of the second half if that holds true to the playing field. But again, this is a team that is not going to go down without a fight. First thing they're going to have to take care of is finding some way to slow down number 11 for St. Pius, Zach Whipple. He's a senior, committed to Middle Georgia State to play soccer, and he's been unbelievable in the first half. The cadets just have not had an answer. He seemingly is able to get into the 18 at will and just all kinds of pressure on the cadets all night. Both teams taking the field. St. Pius will kick off to start. Thank you for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. It's a perfect night. Cadets ready to play. St. Pius still having a conversation. Charlie Moore kind of letting the official know. How long are they going to talk? Or are we going to play soccer? And there's the whistle, and we are underway. 40 minutes for their season here for the cadets. And already an adjustment as they've moved Whipple 11 from the left side to the right side. Big switch, cleared away by Harvey, but only as far as the next line. And that's Whipple on the ball. It's a good idea on the give and go, but the cadets poke it away. And that one's going to go out of bounds for a throw in. But a chance to lock the cadets in here for St. Pius. Nicely played again by Parker Lewis. He's had a few of those moves. Playing it off the defender and advancing it up the field. Just a gap in the middle of the midfield for the cadets seemingly all night. Christopher Woods kind of dropping back into a holding midfield spot there. Stop possession for a second, but St. Pius right back in control. It is very easy right now for them to work their way around the perimeter. Kind of a lackadaisical pass. Woods with a nice ball to Mills, and he's out on the run. Robert Leonard giving chase. But the keeper there. Better, though. Good spark from the cadets. But now just no follow-up. Just 3 guys past midfield there. Into Robert Leonard. Nice turn. Oh, that looked like it hit an arm. But not enough for the ref to call a handball. Parker Lewis moved just right off the ball. Cut off well. And I'm curious what the call is.
Closer.
So St. Pius have a free kick from 40 yards out.
Push him out.
St. Pius getting communication from their coach. Adding a late addition there to the mix. Chipped in. But cleared away nicely. And now Mills with a nice header. He's on the run. And that allows BC to bring some support. But it's an easy giveaway. Just BC not tight tonight at all. Just so simple, but can't find a connecting pass. Big switch from St. Pius. And here he goes. And there he is. In, across the goal, and just no one there. But every time it touches his foot, something dangerous happens for St. Pius.
Come on, BC, come on.
It's a nice chip. BC can't clear it. Heron with a flip. Dangerous. Dangerous pass, but it works out. Nice move there by Woods. And out of bounds for a corner kick. So something out of nothing for the Cadets here. Big chance. John Brenton's going to run up to join the fray. There's the ball in. Always working out. Finds Wood's feet. And that's in. Huge momentum. And if it could have fallen to anyone's feet, that's the guy you're praying it falls to. Christopher Woods with a lovely finish there. Didn't overthink it. Looked up, found his spot, and buried it in the right corner. And again, Benedictine is now just the third team to score 2 goals against St. Pius this season. And they have again come back from the brink to even this one up. A set piece is just a great equalizer. Some stunned looks right now from St. Pius. They've done everything right. And there's the whistle, and we're back in play, and this thing's even once again. But now what does the counterpunch look like from St. Pius? Here goes Woods again. Oh, and Leonard with a chance there, but just a half step late. A little bit more urgency now from the cadets. And yeah, that one's going to be called on St. Pius, just playing while you're on the ground. That one sent and misjudged. Leonard able to get a touch on it, but cleared. Only as far as Ben Harvey. Heads it into Asher Heron. And Heron looking for someone to play it to, but Woods not making a run. Just a miscommunication there between the two attackers. Easy stepped to by St. Pius. Just 4 BC cadets watching. And this one in. Oh. And Whipple had a step, but well done by Weisel. Weisel to Whipple sounds whimsical. This will be a throw from the cadets. Hollis to Groover. Groover back to Hollis. Well done by Harvey there. Oh, Mills through the wickets. Now looking to spring the cadets here. Instead turns and we'll wait for reinforcements. That's a great ball. And he's able to step around. And he's going to have one. Oh, just never had the frame. You love the thought. Parker Lane from way downtown, but again, keeper's playing off his line. And Mills just sticking him. And 22 has come alive here in the second half. That's just a lovely ball in. Britton's got work to do. And he does. And Leonard's going to be called for the foul there. Just ran through the man's back. But better effort for the Cadets. So we have under 30 minutes to go here in this opening round playoff match. And he got ball first there. Good slide tackle. That'll be out of bounds for a BC throw. Mills slow to get up, but he is. And now Parker Lewis will throw. And give it away. And now a chance to counter. But a nice step by the back line for the Cadets. Oh, man. How's that called on BC? He had a man crawling over his back. Yeah, incorrect. Yeah, he knew he pointed the wrong way. 17 was crawling over his back. Official paused the clock. Oh, that one tipped. Awkward for the keeper, but he makes the play. But better these last few minutes from the Cadets. Another subtle adjustment. They flipped Whipple 11 back to the left side, where he just dominated in the first half, and now they feed him right on cue. Here he comes. Right around. And they're going to call a dive, which I think is probably the correct call. Out of bounds for a corner kick. He's been so physical all night. He went down a little easy on that one. Having a conversation here. Probably a warning about diving. That could probably be a card next time. BC going to try to work it up the left side here. But stopped nicely. But now here comes Harvey. He's played physical. That's the correct call, but that looked like a foul. They gave it the right way for the throw, but that seemed like a foul. One nicely there by Rodenberg. And a nice stick by Heron. But St. Pius able to pull it out. Here's Whipple on the ball. Easy as you please. Try to get to his right foot, but a better step there from the Cadets that time. That's lovely. Just again, that last pass with the BC needs, just not there. Oh, and that just a tough pass by Harvey, but corrects his own mistake. And official's going to pause time because that was to the sensitive area. And a man is down for St. Pius. We all know that feeling. Let him take a few deep breaths. And a lot of folks are going to take a chance here to grab some water as the young man catches his breath. Tries to make sure everything's still there. Just a picture-perfect night here in Savannah. Now we're just waiting for a restart. And this should be a dead ball restart. And it is. Nice combo play. 1-2 touches. Oh, just an unbelievable move there. And offside's called. But again, easy as you please in on that left side. To start the second half, they'd moved Whipple, number 11, over to the right side. Still dangerous, but wasn't quite as lethal as the first half, so they've kicked him back over to the left side. And it's immediately the same result. And BC has a man in. It's Heron, the goal scorer. Christopher Woods, the other goal scorer, he gives it up. And just a rough touch there, really the first of the game. And even with that, he's still in possession. That one cut off nicely. And Charlie Moore screaming at his team to step. Pressure continues to mount here. And you can feel in the stands, you can hear a pin drop right now. Both teams tense, the fans are tense. St. Pius has to feel like they've dominated and deserved a bigger lead than this, but BC knows now that they've fought and clawed back, and they have a chance to win this one. But first they'll need to defend here. That one was never going to be on target. Okay, we had this a little bit in the first half, kind of a doldrum. So much energy expended these first 20 minutes of the second half. Both teams kind of taking a collective breath here these few minutes. Lots of hands on hips. Possession still tilted towards St. Pius, but it's been much better from the Cadets here in the second half. They're going to call Parker Lewis extending. No, they're going to call it the other way. Oh, now they switch it again. I think he's got his sides wrong. This is the second time he's pointed the wrong direction for a free kick. And offside's called there. It did seem like a foul on Parker Lewis extending the elbow there, but that's the second time the officials signaled the incorrect way. Good step, good switch. Misjudged by Mills. Able to keep it in. That's great effort by Mills there to keep the pressure on. And well done by Brenton. And that one is good from about 30 yards out if this was American football. Again, St. Pius was full tilt from the opening whistle, but you wonder how much gas they have left in the tank. That's dangerous out of the back. Dangerous. BC's got to be much more secure. That's lackadaisical, and you cannot afford that against a team that's dominated you. Chance for BC to step here finally. St. Pius continues to try to work it down that left side. It's been their bread and butter tonight. Brenton steps, clears out. And Robert Leonard cannot find it. There they go to the left side again. And everyone's screaming for a handball, but the official and the side judge say no. Nice turn. Harvey whiffs, but he's able to get back to it. And a heavy touch. BC desperate. These are the moments where St. Pius has scored earlier in this one. Just domination, domination, domination. Eventually BC cracks and gives up one. Can they ride the wave this time? Good. And a wonderful through ball. And that one rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. Just a tad too late there from the right wing. BC holding on here. The later this one gets, you got to feel like the more the pressure's on St. Pius. They've dominated this one, but just don't have the goals to show for it. And that's a great through ball. They do a nice job forcing him out. That one's on frame. Great save by Weisel. Whipple so dangerous, comes from the left side all the way across and then sends one back. But Weisel doing his job, not get caught following along with the ball's action, just making sure he's in the correct position and makes a big save there. That one played out of bounds. Chance for BC to take a breath. Instead, Woods quickly in to Asher. Slides it across to Leonard. And there's no help there. Now they send it in. Mills is there. Oh! Off the crossbar. And it's been those moments. Little strikes of lightning for the Cadets. Not sustained pressure, just those small sparks. Can they turn one of them into a goal? Oh, good shot out of give and go there. Just missed it. And a quick speed turn. And St. Pius has men running free if they switch it. Mills Hollis back to mark up as BC sends that one over towards the baseball complex. Under 15 minutes to go here. An aggressive defense by Parker Lane going through the back of a man. But that feels like a free kick you'll probably trade there. BC's got to be on full alert here. Sent long, man trailing, and through the upright. Oh, Weisel, well done. It looked like it was going over, but just kind of floated and stayed where it was. And the keeper goes up strong. To Harvey. Back to Brenton. Plays it all the way back to Weisel, who should send it long and hits a worm burner, but same difference. And Parker Lewis in a war up there, but BC's going to come away with it. And a foul called. BC, are they going to go quickly? He thought about it, but Lewis instead going to wait. Let some men get into the box. Second goal came off a corner. This was in low, but still into the box. Bad clearance. A wonderful touch. Now a chance for a counterattack. Mills Hollis absolutely wide open trying to get back. And that's great defending from the Cadets. Play to the middle. And Mills cuts it off and sends it long. Asher Heron steps. Robert Leonard with some nice moves, just no help. BC's midfield's exhausted. And that's a great ball. And that's in. Weisel came out but didn't commit. And that's devastating on the counterattack. And just a devastating moment for the Cadets, but again, it felt like it was coming this whole time. They were pouring on the pressure over and over and over again. And it's just one of those awkward moments for a keeper. The ball just outside the 18, but if you come out, whether it's with your feet or your hands, you have to make contact. And when it came to that moment, just a moment of hesitation, and that ball just dribbles into the back of the net. And now BC with about 11 and a half minutes to try to find another equalizer. Can they be the first team this season to come back and beat them? For BC, not quite desperation time yet. Don't want to give up another one. There's a long touch there. Just one other team, Clarkston, has scored 3 goals this year on St. Pius. Can BC be the second? And how long does Charlie Moore wait until he starts committing more to the attack? Right past Mills. And better defense. And they're going to send Christopher Woods, who's transitioned now up to striker. And BC's going to substitute. As it is Saunders coming off. I believe Groover back on. Take that back. Groover's right in front of me. And to Parker Lewis. Parker Lewis just desperately trying to hold on to possession here. And now it seems like St. Pius starting to park the bus a bit. Sent long, trying to find feet. Hollis will possess. Heavy touch, but able to control. And these two are just in a war right now. One by Groover. Possessed by Harvey. To Heron. They've got a man streaking down the right sideline. Long ball sent in. Woods was on the backside waiting, but he couldn't get there to him. Lewis waited half a second too long. That one never rolls out. BC starting to settle for these long balls here, just trying to pour the pressure on. We have under 8 minutes to go now. BC controlled here. Harvey goes long, but right to a defender. And here's the dangers. BC's committed a lot of guys forward. And Brenton able to finally poke it free. But a big disconnect, about 30 yards between the back line and the front line for the Cadets. Back across, Brenton able to poke it free, and then Hollis sends it about 40 feet in the air. Asher Heron comes with it somehow. There's Robert Leonard over there. Desperation time now for the Cadets. And they're going to take it to the corner. Drain more possession away. Poked away, but only as far as the second line. That shot off the side of the net. Under 6 minutes to go now for the Cadets, and they got to come up with something. Fans trying to rally this squad. They have one more miracle in their pockets. Substitutions now for St. Pius. And I'd be interested to see a chart. St. Pius feels like they've won every single one of those 50-50 balls. Defended well by Rodenberg, but sent to absolutely no one. Oh, it kept in. Just no connected attack for the Cadets. Brenton with some desperate defending, and fortunately falls to Hollis. Sends a long one to Woods. Now can he hold and let reinforcements get there? Finds Heron. Sends it back. BC's now sent everyone forward. Heavy touch for Brenton. Groover. Back, big possession here for the Cadets. That one sent long, but to no one. Possession given away by Woods, but nicely done by Rodenberg. Sent long, putting Brenton to work, but he does well. This was sent long. Parker Lewis is there. Good touch. But sent out of bounds for a throw, and another chance for the Cadets. Quickly in. Oh, that's a great ball. And now a chance for St. Pius to milk more clock. You just can't take the ball off of him. He's been unbelievable all night. And he just takes it all the way down to the sideline. And Groover with a slide tackle. Goal kick. And all the way back to the keeper, but BC needs to step here. No point in keeping 4 back now. Good step by Brenton. Big step by Harvey there to Heron. Oh, just Leonard not looking. Woods giving chase. What a run by Rodenberg, but ripped away. Heron takes it back. Chips to Leonard. Through. Back to Woods. Just has one from long ways, and that might do it. And the keeper is going to take as much time as he can. And they're going to get the keeper for time wasting. And the keeper has to come off here. So in high school soccer, you get sent off for a yellow, and you can come back in as a substitute, but not until the next dead ball. There's only 12 seconds left, so they'll play these last 12 seconds with their backup keeper. Ball's in, clock starts. BC's got to get a shot in, but that is not what BC needed. 3 seconds, got to put one on frame. 2, 1, and that's it. An unbelievable season and an unbelievable effort ends. A heartbreak for the Cadets. St. Pius were the better squad all night, but BC fought unbelievably hard, and until the last few minutes had a chance to win. But it was just too much offense from St. Pius, too much quality, and a really wonderful season for BC comes to an end as the fans stand and applaud the team. St. Pius, I said at the beginning of the broadcast, I'll say it again, got to be, if not the best, one of the best 3 seeds in all of Georgia high school soccer. And I expect them to go a long, long ways. But for BC, a wonderful season comes to an end. As you see the handshakes there. Really well-fought game from both sides. And some wonderful senior seasons come to an end, and that's really what matters here. Last chance to see some of these guys in action, and so proud of everything that they accomplished as cadets. Obviously not the way they wanted things to end, but you think about everything that they've accomplished in their time, the Turner Rodenbergs, Christopher Woods, Parker Lanes, Jackson Goads, Robert Leonard. Their time at BC will not be forgotten, and this season will not be forgotten. A bunch of amazing wins in a very challenging region, but tonight just didn't put their best foot forward and still fought till the bitter end. Proud of the effort, proud to be a part of it. And a big congratulations to St. Pius as they continue on to the round of 16. A cool moment here. The cadets will sing the alma mater. Cool moment there. Well, for everyone here at Watch BC Sports, we appreciate you for tuning in. For the Cadets fans out there, this will likely be our last broadcast until football season when the Cadets start with the big road trip out to Colquitt County. We're going to try to throw in a few broadcasts between now and then, but if we don't, it's been wonderful being a part of this 2024-2025 athletic seasons for the Cadets. Bunch of wins, some heartbreaking losses in there as well, but always, always, always awesome to be a Cadet. That's what they say. Forward, always forward, and we're looking forward to football season. For everyone that makes this possible, we thank you so much for tuning in. This is Christian Gokel here at Father Albert Bickerstaff Field. We'll see you on the next one.